Hello everyone and welcome back to Pillars of Eternity. We're here in the tower, level 2, in the Heritage Hill district, where we've cleared out the district. We dealt with the missing guards, we saved a little girl, and we met undead who's managed to keep her sanity. And now we're going through the tower, trying to get to the top of it, where we are looking for somebody. Greg? I forget his proper name. Mr. Greg. Or Greg, however you say it. But we're on level 2, and we're about to head up to level 3. So let's go ahead. If I can remember how to unpause the game. Go up to the next level. I don't remember how many levels there are. I think... oh, there's 3. Oh, we probably could have... oh, that's actually kind of cool. I like the background there. That's really neat. I guess we could have done this in the last episode. I thought there was just at least another level. But I guess not. Find out how the Ingwitha machine in Heritage Hill works. Gonna take a look at this. We haven't looked at this in a while. So I'm gonna read through all this again as our little recap here. The tower I saw looms above the walls surrounding Heritage Hill. I hope to find the next piece of the puzzle there. The Acolyte's vision didn't prepare me for what I found here. The whole district is crawling with the reanimated corpses. Fighting my way to the top of the tower and whatever waits me there won't be easy. Find out how the Ingwitha machine in Heritage Hill works. I found an ancient machine at the top of the tower, and just as the Acolyte showed me, there's someone else up here. He may be able to tell me more about what happened here.
Hey.
He better be able to tell me more. But before we talk to him, let's look around. See if there's anything.
Let's try this configuration. Still nothing. Confounded device.
A man hunches over the strange mechanism, his spine a sharp ridge arising from his arched back. He's barely clothed in filthy rags, and the patches of skin you see are mottled green. A spoiled stench emanates from him. He's so intent on his work that he doesn't notice you until your shadow falls over him. When he turns and sees you, he snarls and scuttles behind the Adra pedestal. Only his barred teeth seem to have escaped decay. His eyes are yellowed and bloodshot, but they flicker with intelligence. He averts his gaze and holds a hand in front of his face.
Shouldn't be here. What do you want?
Who and what are you?
15 years at Brackenbury. 7 tours to the ruins beyond Solace Vale. I'm an animancer. Still an animancer.
He closes his eyes and holds the sides of his head. His eyes snap open, and his gaze lights on the Adra post with sudden recognition. He starts to turn back to the copper dials. Tell me what happened here.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
He hisses. He smashes a fist into the Adra pillar. His hand makes a crunching noise, but doesn't bleed.
Forgive me. Forgive me.
He covers his face with his other hand.
Research. We came to do research on the tower. Some commission from gods. It hardly matters now.
He clenches his fist in concentration. Given the catastrophe that followed, the commission and your research might matter a great deal. Keep talking, Aldhelm. Stick to the present. When did the disaster start? That has nothing to do with the death in the streets. Focus. Whatever happened, I just need you to give me the facts, please. Stick to the present. When did the disaster start?
Something happened on our 11th night. Lights in the sky and a static charge in the air. But we were so careful. We were staying in the chambers below. Trindig, my assistant, said he saw a robed figure lurking around the tower. Wore a mask. Carried knives at his sides. A trick of shadows, I told him. The next morning, we felt strange. Like we hadn't eaten in weeks. So dazed that we didn't at first notice the blood around our beds. The strange wounds that had appeared overnight. And the machine. This cursed spire. Dormant for 2,000 years. lifeless through hundreds of our experiments, and we wake that morning to find it spinning on its own. On its own! How can we stop what we couldn't start?
As exciting as the prospect of a living machine may be, I suspect that, given mention of a machine and a masked figure both, there's another explanation.
Years I've been doing this. Years. I know how these things work, but I don't know how this happened. Nowhere to go. That's the problem. Their souls are trapped here like flies in a jar, clinging to rotting meat.
He turns to you in a sudden burst of passion. He gazes at the forsaken district beneath the tower, and he gestures at the streets. Man, I really like his voice acting. I think they did a good job. Slow down. What does this machine have to do with the souls? You do seem like you know a thing or two about flies. Get to the point, fast. Slow down. What does this machine have to do with souls?
No time to slow down. But I can explain. Hold a magnet over iron splinters and they stick, yes? Rub your hand over weir wool and the hair of your head will follow it. So it is with this machine.
He looks at you and runs his tongue along the edge of his fine, strong teeth. He quickly looks away. Yeah, he's got the hunger. Yeah, so it's like a magnet for the souls, right? Yeah.
It has the power to manipulate souls, but why? For what? And how many others lie buried in the ruins of Erglonfoth? No. Focus on this one. It's imprisoned our souls in our bodies. Cut the root between essence and flesh. Left a dwindling soul stuck in a shriveling husk.
How can I help? There was a stranger in the tower the night this happened. You're not like the ghouls in the street. What happened to the rest of your team? There was a stranger in the tower the night this happened?
I didn't see him. My assistant, he saw him. We laughed. Said he was spooked by the cemetery. Perhaps it was already too late. I don't know what he did. But by morning the machine was on and we were slain. People were already on the streets, complaining of neighbors and family members acting strangely.
You're not like the ghouls in the street.
Not yet. But I will be. My body is dead. My soul, imprisoned in this corpse, only makes it seem otherwise. And as the body decays, so does the mind. Until nothing is left but the hunger. The only way to forestall the process is through a regular infusion of essence. Living flesh is the only ready supply.
He heaves and retches, eyeing you strangely.
I'm not proud of any of it. Hunting men and women in the early days of the affliction. Picking off soldiers that came to investigate. But I'd do it again. I'll do it as long as I must to end this disaster. You could help. Help me end this. Help me find sustenance.
His eyes glitter, and he licks his lips with cracked and shriveled tongue. What happened to the rest of your team?
By the time I realized what had happened, the district had already been sealed. So we fed when we needed, and locked ourselves in the tower to work. And then there came a time when the hunger struck, and there was hardly anyone left.
How can I help?
Not your help I need. It's Harridan, shrew. Squanders her research on frivolities, then refuses to make herself useful. Runes. The runes are the last part of the puzzle. Acantha knows them. She gives them to you, and you can turn the machine off. Release our souls.
Wait, runes? The Ingwithan runes? She can read them. He speaks of this feat so blandly. Let's talk instead to this Harridan, Clesia. I'd pick her thoughts a time. She wasn't here the night the machine came on, staying with her patron somewhere else, too good to be burdened with our ignorant company. I'll get the words from Encantha. If Encantha knows the control words, then I don't see why I need your help. I'll get the words from Encantha.
Yes. Acantha. She was here. In the district. Probably here still. Always prepared. Clever lady, that one. And perhaps you bring me something. Something to keep me sharp. Then I show you a secret about the machine. Something to make you strong.
There's a saying in Rawatai about feeding sharks. Don't do this, Klesia. If nothing else, you're liable to lose a hand. I need to speak with Encantha in Heritage Hill. She apparently knows something important about the tower, which may be my key to understanding the Leaden Key's objective. That would explain why the Acolyte was worried about this woman. Aldhelm, the devouring animancer atop the tower, promised to show me a way to strengthen myself if I get the command words from Encantha and a source of sustenance for him. I don't think we'll have a source of sustenance for him because we let those people go. Standing near the device feels like being blown about by a storm gale. The stone steps hum with energy. But yeah, I imagine that the people in the back room proceed to the bottom. Perfect. The people in the back room of Encantha's was probably the sustenance I would have needed to give him. Oh god, I wonder if he could have given Seda. That would have been dark. I doubt it. I think that might have been too dark for the game to go. We'll never know now, though. We let her go. But it might be possible, actually. Now I'm thinking about it. Ugh. That'd be... I don't think I could do that even if I was doing like an evil playthrough. Hopefully, you couldn't. They wouldn't, right? They wouldn't do that. Alright. Encantha, I need those codes. Whether you want them to give them to me or not.
You return. What if you come seeking this time?
I need the words that operate the Ingwithan machine in the tower.
That fool Aldhelm. He sent you, didn't he? I can hardly believe he's had the cleverness to survive. That simpleton thinks he can understand how to use something without understanding what it is, or why it is.
She laughs, a noise that blends the crunch of dry leaves with something piercing and white hot. You feel a hot core of pride smoldering at the center of her soul.
He dabbles with ancient and powerful devices, with all the finesse of a blacksmith. He sends you here to petition me for aid after years of disparaging my research. I'll bet he didn't even tell you the tower's name, did he? That's his problem. Always looking for solutions without caring for meaning.
She shakes her head as she pokes at the fire with renewed ferocity. The problems in Heritage Hill are bigger than your rivalry, Encantha. Humble Aldhelm now by demonstrating the value of your research. Tell me the tower's name. Tell me the tower's name.
Ter Nuneth. It's called Ter Nuneth. They built the machine atop it to contain souls, hold them in place. But the others I've seen, machines scattered all over the Deerwood, are relays built to move souls.
Ter Nuneth. Ter Nuneth. Contain the souls. How do you operate the machine atop Ter Nuneth? Where would they move souls?
Another mystery. Hypothetically, anywhere they wished. The real question, as always, is why? To intermix them the way a player shuffles his deck, the way a farmer rotates his fields? To collect them, like butterflies under glass? To melt them down for raw essence? Unfortunately, I don't know.
Why would they have wanted to tether souls like this?
Perhaps they didn't. Perhaps that's why they built no other machines like this one. We now see the Engwithans as masters of soul manipulation. But they couldn't have attained their expertise without copious trial and error. Perhaps this was one such experiment.
How do you operate the machine atop Ter Nonith?
Back to these Tinker's concerns. And what would you do with these tethered souls if I told you?
She crosses her arms over her unmoving chest. Harvest them for essence. Destroy them. Release them. Classy has been pretty good, right? She's I feel like we've been playing a very good character. And even though I think releasing them is probably the most boring of the three options, it's probably the one she would pick. I'd release them.
So you say. And just what would you release them to? They'd abandon their existence here for another somewhere else, equally aimless and meaningless.
I could help you, but I won't. The pride larger than her soul flares up, twisting into the shape of something that writhes and squeals within her. Here, I have specimens aplenty and time enough to observe them all. It's every scientist's dream. My answer is no. What? But what good is observing all this if you're going to hoard it all for yourself? Tell her, Klesia, an entire language at your fingertips, and she hides it away. Extinguish Encantha's pride. You're dead. What does any of this matter? The fate of these trapped souls is more important. They're inconsequential. Their existence means nothing. They don't even understand their predicament, which you and I see so clearly. Her pride blazes on. Through them, I'll accomplish more than any of my peers. And who will know about it? The pride thing flickers at the flames around it as the flame around it abates. All I've learned, years of studying the Engwithan language. No one understands it better than me. That counts for something. Knowledge is meaningless unless it's shared. Your opportunities here are finite. One day that knowledge will die with you. But what use is it? Knowledge is meaningless unless it's shared. Foolish and false sentiment. Knowledge is meaning. It needs no external purpose. Her pride smolders still. Your opportunities here are finite. One day, that knowledge will die with you. The pride hisses and sputters. It's little more than embers now. You're wrong. But there's no conviction in her voice. I'll build it forever. I'll cling to it. That will give me something. Teach me what you know. I'll make sure that it grows and your legacy lives on. Teach me what you know. Your words finally quench her pride, and all that remains is a blackened, diamond-hard rock that you casted away, where it melts into the darkness.
So be it.
Her voice is calm.
My studies and efforts shall grow through yours.
Her voice is calm and quiet.
These are the words you need.
Her cold, dry fingertips rest on your temple, and you feel her reaching into your mind, forming images from the darkness. Runes flash through your head, but they're no longer just pictures. They have meaning, and you understand them. They're commands. Something triggers in your mind, a distant memory unearthed from a past life long since buried. You can see a vast array of runes, far more than Encantha is showing you. And you know their sound and their meaning and how they fit together, the language of Engwith once more at your command.
Something has awakened in your mind. You understand far more than I ever did. Take this knowledge then, and do what you will with Ter Nunith. Now that you understand its purpose, it will serve you in whatever way you wish.
A speaker of dead tongues now. And so she surpasses 100 frustrated scholars in the matter of a few seconds. I don't suppose you could look at a few books for me. What do I do with the tower now that I know these words? What do I do?
Turn it off, I expect. That will be easy now that you can read the runes. The vessels would still roam, but striking them down would return their essence to the cycle. But be careful. That machine controls hundreds of souls, and that volume of essence could easily overload it. Improperly channeling the essence would destroy the machine along with the souls. It would be a terrible loss for posterity.
We should destroy the machine. It doesn't matter whether the souls inside belong to the wheel or oblivion. Their lives are over. Dead is dead. You said the other towers around the Direwood were constructed to move souls. Why would they have wanted to do that? Yeah, we've already read that. Remind me, how do you know so much about the tower? I read the runes like a journal. I understand their meaning. People like Aldhelm try to read them like instruction manuals, and in so doing, they miss their true meaning completely. I still don't understand why the Ingwithans would want to build a machine that tethers souls. Perhaps they didn't yet. Explain how the control words work? Harnessing the power of Ter Nunith is about understanding what it was designed to do. You know the words and their meanings. You can speak them, and the tower shall obey. That's all, thanks. Deal with the Ingwithan machine, okay.
Always a pleasure to speak with someone who appreciates true learning.
The vampire smiles with bloodless lips. Okay, I was just saying if there was anything else to do with her. I'm surprised we can't kill her. She is, you know, an undead creature. But I guess, I don't know. Not our job. Alright, back to the tower we go. We don't have any sustenance to give the guy. Not that we would give him any if we had any. So we're probably going to end up killing him because he seems like he's on the verge of going crazy anyway. Okay. I can't just skip to the top. I have to go through the whole place again. Damn it. Oh, there we go. Proceed to top. Okay. Aldhelm looks much worse than before. His rotten flesh hangs loosely, and sores have eaten away patches of his skin at his joints. He looks at you with a strange glimmer in his eyes.
Flesh.
He takes a tentative, scuttling step toward you. He doubles over, coughing up strings of black bile. He seems to have forgotten about you for the moment. Addendum added. Undying heritage. Let's see what we got here. Now that I can understand the Ingwithan language, I can return to the machine at the top of Ter Nunith and do something about the curse affecting Heritage Hill. Aldhelm has degenerated significantly. He looks ready to pounce on me when I try to talk to him. If I want his help, I'll need to send a victim to him. When Aldhelm looks at you this time, all traces of recognition is gone. He bares his teeth and leaps at you, his pupils narrowed to pinpricks. Doop, boop. Undying heritage. Aldhelm has degenerated, blah blah blah. It doesn't say. I thought it was an update. Okay, well, he's dead.
Hey.
His journal. Encantha insists on pursuing her own research on the tower despite my argument that pooling our knowledge is in both our interests. With her expertise in the Ingwithan language, I'm convinced that she knows more about the tower's workings than she lets on. She sure do.
Alright then.
Alright, let's save it. A jagged Adra pillar rises in front of you, encased in stonework and run through with copper veins. The panel is covered with runes, which you can now understand. You recognize words for end and for hold. Excuse me. The dial is currently fixed on hold. You also recognize by an inscription that the manner in which you turn the dial is a means to throttling the device. Maximize the machine throttle in hopes of overloading the device. Choose end. Choose end. As the command words leave your lips, the dial sinks into the Adra under your hand. Something like a thunderclap sounds overhead. The glow fades from the machine as it falls dormant. There we go. 1,300 experience for that. Okay. And that's the end of that quest. It's completed. Awesome.
Hey.
Well then, how much time do we have left until we're attacked? 1 day, 22 hours. Oof. I don't know if we can proceed to the bottom. I don't know if we'll be able to do this sanitarium before we need to go to Cadnuba. Maybe. Maybe. Should we go talk to Encantha real quick? See if she has anything to say now that we've stopped it. We'll go see. Why not? We've got time. Oh, hello. Dunred Row Messenger. Beg your pardon. I have a message for you. You are summoned to Hadrid House, where Lady Webb wishes to meet with you as soon as possible. They say she's an ancient spider, spinning her net throughout the city. Gives you a careful look. If she wishes to see you, that either bodes very well or very ill. How do you know where to find me? Well, it's Lady Webb. She knows everything. Tell me about Lady Webb. Do you not know Lady Webb? She's... well, no one's seen her, exactly, in a long time. But she's the mistress of Dunred Row. Has been for as long as anyone can remember. He pauses, eyeing passerby with suspicion. Who's passing by, dude? Quietly, he continues. She's supposed to be old, older than anybody, and she never leaves her room. Some say she's wasted away, and she's just a pile of bones kept animated by dark magics. She's still at it, best anyone can tell, learning things, keeping us safe, pulling the strings behind the throne too, it's said. Has a ring of ciphers doing her bidding, telling her everything that goes on. You do wrong in this country, before you go asking the gods for forgiveness, best you ask Lady Webb first. What's Dunred Row? A whole mess of ciphers, run out of Hadrid House. They make it their business to keep the peace, but they don't like you to see them do it. Problems in this city have a way of going away on their own, and when that happens, you can make a pretty good guess as to why. Where can I find Hadrid House? We've been there before. In Brackenbury, my lady. The southwest corner. Very well. Hadrid, the Hermit of Hadrid House. Talk to Lady Webb at Hadrid House. Ooh, it's a main quest. I have been summoned to Dunred Row by Lady Webb, a reclusive woman who seems to know more about me than I know about her. Alright. Oh, you're just gonna hang out there? You do you, man. Let's go up here, talk to Encantha one more time. And then we need to go talk to Wyla, too, in the Crucible Keep. Crucible Keep? Is that even what it's called? Home of the Crucible Knights. I don't know what's gonna happen to Encantha. I mean, she's lost her meal, right? Oh, she's gone. I wonder if we'll see her again somewhere else. She's out there somewhere. Alright, let's head back to the Crucible Keep. Down here. Maybe the guards will be like, oh, you're amazing. How'd you do it? Can I have your autograph? Here, take some money. Hero of the Direwood. There. That's the nice lady who helped me. Justiciar. And thank the Iron Arm for it. We'll get you sorted out at the keep. Good. She made it. That's good. The tower. It's off. Does this mean the curse on Heritage Hill is lifted? It wasn't a curse, but yes, the district is safe again. I guess. I just moved the dial around in the machine on the machine in the tower. Defiance Bay owes me. I better get a manor in Brackenbury for this. It wasn't a curse, but yes, the district is safe again. I think it'll be some time before anyone will be willing to settle in the district again, but at least we can get started on restoring it. Yep, sure can. Alright. First fires. On we go. It's a beautiful day. Look, the sun's shining. Warm light. Oh yeah, we still need to get the fire for the priest too. Wherever that is. How's the sea? And here, I still don't know who in the city I'm going to end up helping. Whether it's the Dozens or the Crucible Knights, or I don't know if the Dominels was an option. And I don't know if I still have them as an option, considering I didn't kill Verzano. Ignore you. Hey! Seda looks like she's had a bath and a few square meals. She smiles shyly. Hello, Wyla? Any news from Heritage Hill? Your guards were charmed by the spirit of a woman named Lyra. I've gotten rid of her. Her tired eyes grow round. By the flame. You found her? My missing commander? She heaves a sigh and loses her gaze among the floor tiles. She was calling to the watch from beyond the grave? It doesn't make sense. But nothing in that accursed district does. What happened to the soldiers under her spell? All your knights are dead. Train them better next time. They didn't make it. I see. Nevertheless, thank you for your help. You've left me with as many questions as answers, but at least I know what happened to my troops and Commander Lyra. Please, accept this as a token of my gratitude. 1,000 copper, very nice. If there's nothing else, I must attend to my duties. Farewell. Missing sentries completed. Oh, they don't. They don't go in any kind of order, I see. I can't even find it. Where is it? Am I blind? Where's missing sentries? Oh well. Now I know.
Hey.
Alright, let's go over here. I forgot there's still things we need to be doing in, we still have some quests to do in, Copper Lane, too. For these guys. We have a lot. Let's look at our quests real quick. So, we might be able to go into the records archive now that we saved Heritage Hill. Trial of Durance. This is Endless Path. We still need to do more of that, too. Travel to the cliff you saw in the vision. Cinders of Faith. Travel to the cave. I think these two are kind of in the same vicinity. Built to Last. Right, go to the... So this one. Go to the Scrivener's Dormitory in Copper Lane. Go to the Hall of Reveal Mysteries in Copper Lane. Return to Kadnua. Help Pelagina. And find an expert on Awakening. Okay.
Hey.
Let us go to the record hall, see if doing what we did in Heritage Hill will allow us to see the records for Edir. Just hit, time of day just changed. We still have a little bit before we need to head back. So we can we're probably gonna do another quest or two, maybe. A call for interested patrons. Oh, okay, it's the expedition hall. I guess we need to go there too and see what kind of quests we can get from there. Expedition. Hello. Sir, can I see the records yet? I've been a good boy.
Hello.
The man clears his throat. We've had a number of inquiries about such... Oh no, they still won't let me. For the first time, he turns his full attention toward you, and his eyes flicker in recognition. Of course, that policy is for the general public. Exceptions can be made for those who have already proven their worth. He looks up at a shelf and withdraws a thick volume, shifting a layer of dust aside with his hand. The rosters are in the front. The inventories are of the dead in the back. He passes it into Edir's outstretched hands. Edward leafs through the book for some time anxiously, running his thick farmhand's fingers over page after page of names. At last, his hand stops, his finger just below one name.
Woden Talesh died 18 Majavernho 2808. Third Battle of Cleaban Relog. Blazing Glanfather names, I swear.
I feel you, man.
Rayet Saris?
He stops short, his eyes bulging. They scan back and forth over and over.
I'll be the effigy. He fought for Rayet Saris. Why'd he fight for Rayet Saris?
He stares at the page, his jaws agape. His jaw gapes before suddenly looking up at you. I'm sure he had a good reason. What's it matter he was a traitor? I don't know. We may not be meant to find out. I don't know. Either do I. But he had to have a good reason. That's just who he was.
We gotta go there. That battlefield. Clea, the one I said. I don't know how else I'm gonna make sense of all this. I gotta see what he saw. And who knows, maybe his spirit will even be there and you can have one of your weird talks with him. I mean, worth trying, right?
I'd say so. I'll help you any way I can. We probably won't find anything. Don't waste your time. Don't waste my time with this nonsense. I'll help you any way I can.
I appreciate that. I wish I could say you won't regret it, but you certainly might.
Vegas said here. Alright. So, obviously not the answer he was hoping to find.
Hey.
But now we have a lead to find more answers for him. So that's good. Did we get any experience for that? I think we did. We got a little bit. Alright. Do we want to go do some of the minor quests?
Hey, Allah, can I, talk to your, your friend? What is it about Isilmir? I'm right here, you know. No, you're both great. It's just, well, I feel like I don't get to spend as much time with her, and she's just so funny. I mean, some of the things she says are not nearly as funny when you've been hearing them for 50 years.
We don't get to see Isilmir very much, that's true. I think I've already just made the decision. We're going to do one of the minor quests in Copper Lane. Well, let's just do both of the quests here. We have to go go to the library, and we need to go to the Scrivener's house. Is that their name? Something like that. Up here we go. Because again, I know I have plenty of time. Just double checking because it's nighttime now, and it wasn't night before. Scrivener, yeah, that's them. Alright, let's go get this book for the one lady. I'm sure Grimda won't mind. Find the Elder Archives. We already know where it's at. Let's just ask Grimda first if she'd be okay with us taking it.
How do you do?
An animator named Nadine asked me to retrieve the Theorems of Pangram from the Elder Archives. Grinda's impressive frown deepens. Thank you for letting me know. I'll be sure to tuck that tome away from prying eyes, and see that this Nadine never sets foot in here again. In the meantime, here, a token of our appreciation. Oh. Is this what we wanted? To see her barred entirely? It seems a fearsome price to pay. Knowledge dangled just out of reach makes a tempting prize for any soul. What else do you need? Very well. Huh. To be fair, that's not what I wanted to happen. But we did get a lot of experience for that, so, I mean, I guess it's not all bad. Yeah, about halfway. Is it not in here now? The letters of, remember the wise. I'm not normally one to condone theft, Clessia, but no thefts. Yeah, it was probably in this chest, huh? Damn. Oh well. Well, that was a nice and quick quest. I didn't expect us to end it like that. Did I read his soul? I'm gonna assume I did. But I might not have, actually. I think that was when I was 6, so I don't know if I read it. Well, anyway.
Hey there. How is it you Eothasians stay so optimistic? The world has not given your kind much reason to hope.
You get to a certain point and you realize you got 2 options. You can go mad with grief and tear out all your hair and check yourself into the sanitarium, or you can wait for better days.
Well, feathers in my case. But I understand your point.
Don't tear out all your feathers. That sounds painful. Alright, let's go in here. And I kind of forget what we're doing here. I think we need like a book or something to help them create like, find Viana. I think they're creating like, constructs or something. Is it this one? No, built to last. I found the Scrivener's dormitory based on what Cleaver told me. Viana and her research should be in here somewhere. To finish Forge Nights. Yeah.
Hey.
Okay. Ooh, is that a free book? No. Hello, Corin.
How do you do?
By Whale's eyeless face, you're one short ogre. But why are you green? And how are you getting the ducks to keep flying around you like that? Let me guess, you smoked a lot of white leaf? Or did you get your hands on some snowcap? He claps his hands and laughs. Snowcap, snowcap. So few people know snowcap, much less ogres. He beams at you and nods his head. I'm looking for Viana. I like Viana. She's always talking about metalmen, which is strange, since I'm pretty sure she doesn't eat snowcap. His brow wrinkles. I don't talk about metalmen either, and I don't eat it, and I do eat snowcap. Huh. 558 experience. Okay. Anyway, she's not here right now. Flew away to Andra's gift to meet her friend, Bessia. No, Clesia. Yes, Clesia. It's very close to my name. Clesia's the friend she's gone to meet. In Andra's gift. In a house. Not a boat. North house. Empty house. Andra's gift has a lot of boats. We should go rowing sometime. You're a scrivener? He nods. Yes, I am. I am a scrivener. I read books. I write books. I once ate a book, but only because it looked like a sweet pie. Or perhaps it was sweet pie baked to look like a book. Interesting. Oh. I'm also a collector of herbs, flowers, plants. I sell them. Mostly I eat them. Tell me about the dormitory. It's where the scriveners who work at the Hall of Revealed Mysteries sleep. I'm a scrivener. He sniffs. This place smells like old stockings. Farewell. Okay, anything else in here that I want to see? The sturdy bunks are topped with thin blankets and an even thinner mattress. And that's locked. Taxes, yay! Love tax day. The sturdy bunks are topped with blah 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 blah. Oh, free book. Ooh, Viana's diary. This looks like a diary belonging to someone named Viana. The latest entry bears yesterday's date. Clesia arrives tomorrow. The way we parted after her last visit, I didn't think she'd return. When I received the letter from Azia, I expected the worst. The distance has been hard for her, and my focus on my research hasn't made things any easier. Tomorrow, none of that will matter. The things we said, the things I didn't say. I'll have the chance to make it up to her. I wish we had more privacy here, but for now, that old house on the north side of Andra's gift is still empty. Okay. So if we didn't get the information from Corin, we could have got it from that. Hello, scriveners. No free stuff in here? Fine. A rancid stench rises from the basin. The dishes at the top of the pile are flecked with morsels of meat and cheese. Those at the bottom are coated in a slimy fuzz. Yum. Yum, yum, yum. Is this free? No. Alright. Onward to Andra's gift, then. I feel bad that we didn't get the book for that girl. I think I did that in my last playthrough, now that we've done it. I feel like I I remember feeling this way about that quest before. That's a shame.
You still have family living in the Deerwood, Eder?
No, not these days. Parents left the country years back during the purges. I think about them a lot.
It's a shame you and your family suffered, even after the Saints' War ended. You Deerwoodens certainly have a knack for holding on to old grudges.
It is a shame. Poor Edir. Is this the way out? Yes. Andra's gift, 24 minutes. I suspect we'll be able to finish this quest before the end of this episode, which will be nice. Clean up our quest log a little bit. Alright, so on the north side.
Of all the things I've gotten used to, food was the hardest adjustment.
I quite agree. Deerwoodens oversalt everything and drown it in sauce.
And they burn out all the flavor. Nothing like a raw deer flank.
Raw and wriggling. So, north side. This house. This is the most abandoned house. So, I'm guessing this is going to be it. Hello? Is anybody home? Ooh. Free camping supplies. Hi. Dodwina. As you enter the room, you see several figures huddled together. They stand at attention, armed but not in matched gear like the Crucible Knights. At the center of the group, one woman looms over another, holding a flail. She snarls at the cowering figure. You've got pages of research here. You expect me to believe this was just your scratch work? It's nothing, I promise. Just my notes. You hear a painful smack as the woman backhands her captive. We know you were meeting with the Crucible Knights. You think they're the only ones with power in this city? They call us the dozens for a reason. Now I won't ask you again. At a nudge from one of her men, the woman turns and sees you watching. Her eyes narrow. You shouldn't be here. Let her go and I'll pretend I never saw this. Leave her alone. What's going on here? This ends now. I should leave. Let her go and I'll pretend I never saw this. It's too late for that. Well, hate to break it to you guys, but you do not stand a chance against me.
Yes?
Especially when I've got you blocked in like this. Boom. And one more. Easy peasy. Viana's face is covered in bruises, and her eyes are wide with shock and relief. I don't know who you are, but thank you. Rapid, hitching breaths punctuate her words. I was sure they were going to kill me. She wipes a tear from her cheek, wincing as her knuckle grazes a bruise. What just happened here? I thought I was coming here to meet my, friend from the Republics. It looks like I walked into a trap. She shakes her head. The dozens must have been watching me for a while. I've been working on a special project for the Crucible Knights, and they weren't exactly subtle about contacting me. Tell me about yourself. I studied animancy in Asia back in the Valian Republics. I came to Defiance Bay to research local advances, but instead of going to Brackenberry Sanitarium, I found a position as a scrivener at the Temple of Well. I've had access to many rare manuscripts that most animancers never see. She shrugs. Of course, I've had to keep my head down. I've been careful not to let the head librarian or my colleagues know what I'm working on. About this project. It deals with a rather rare branch of animancy. No offense, but I probably shouldn't get too specific without Commander Cleaver's permission. He commissioned it, after all. She laughs nervously, and you can see the trouble a little indiscretion has gotten me into. Let's get out of here. She gnaws on a split lip. Commander Cleaver of the Crucible Knights is waiting on my research. Not that you haven't already done a lot for me, but maybe you could take it to him? I'd kept it with me to prevent it from falling into the wrong hands, but you can see how well that worked out. She nods at Dodwina's corpse. She took it from me when I arrived. She takes a deep breath. Anyhow, don't wait on me. I can make my own way out of here. Okay. So, see, this is the problem. Like, I think it'd be cool to do a run where we help the dozens, but they just seem like assholes. What do we have here? Is this better than your armor? Better than hand and key? Same damage reduction. Not sure. Aru Brecker. +1 move speed. Deflection bonus. This robust brigandine has been repeatedly reinforced by the Adiran adventurer who once owned it. Thickly padded, the armor was dubbed Aru Brecker, Arrow Breaker. It serves the adventurer well until her fame and fortune made her grow complacent, and she allowed an opponent to get too close. While Arrowbreaker protected her from projectiles, it didn't provide the same protection against a mace to the side of the head. Ah, yes. Take all of that. These pages contain Viana's research on Ingwithan techniques for imbuing matter with essence. She appears to have developed a method based on her studies of animats. On the first page is a note to someone named Dunstan. There we go.
Hey.
You sure you're gonna be okay? I'll be alright, thank you again. You're welcome. Alright. So your current armor, hand and key. Don't I have something where I'm... I think it's against frightened and something. What is your talents? Fearless. Frightened and terrified, okay. So I'm gonna keep hand and key. Same damage reduction, and I like the resistance against those mind-affecting conditions. If we ever get an immunity to those or something, I think the other one would be better, since arrows are tough.
All right, then.
For poor old Edir. Alright, just gotta turn this into the Crucible Knights. And this might actually just like... Now I'm thinking about it, I think there might be a point where like if I do too many things for the Crucible Knights, the dozens won't even accept me. Which isn't ideal. Because I think Klesia agrees with the spirit of the dozens, but so far has not agreed with their methods. While she doesn't agree with the spirit of the Crucible Knights, but agrees with their methods. It's really difficult to decide. Maybe we'll go talk to the dozens after this, see if we can still help them out. Hopefully we haven't locked ourselves out from helping them by doing this quest. Am I going to... Who am I going to? Give to Dunstan, okay. And what's this? Taxes. I'll have to check our treasury when we go back to Cadnua too. Hello. Commander Cliver said you were working with an animator to build Forge Knights?
So much for his talk of secrecy. Aye, I'm building Cleaver's Metal Warriors. He says they're what we need to keep order in Defiance Bay, so...
He shrugs and shakes his head. How are you creating these Forge Knights? Suits of armor and souls. Cleaver's had me repairing and reinforcing unused armor for months now, just so we can fill them with some Porsod's essence. He wipes his shining brow. As long as that scholar girl's got her numbers right, infusing the armor with a soul won't be that hard. But that's not what bothers me. And you need Viana's research to complete them? She's been working on a method to transfer the souls into the armor. Getting the process just right is critical. He holds up one hand. Bind the souls too tightly, and you get something like those flesh constructs at the sanitarium. Barely bright enough to avoid walking into a wall. He raises his other hand, but bind them too loosely, and they'll be too self-aware for their own good. Mad killers in metal bodies. Do you disagree with Cliver's with Cliver about the Forge Knights? I disagree with him on near about everything, and this is no exception. These Forge Knights won't solve our manpower problem. He can call them what he wants, but they aren't knights. Doesn't take Itumak's nose to smell the trouble here. A group that can't stand together is headed for a fall. He folds his arms and looks at the ground. And don't get me started on the other problem. Those souls he's brought to power, the Forge Knights. Cliver keeps telling himself that they came from willing donors, but he knows better. There's a reason you have to buy souls through less than legal channels. We won't be clearing those scavengers off the road, not doing business with them. We should be clearing them off the road, not doing business with them. Enough about the Forge Knights. I think this is what you've been looking for. Let me, Addendum added. I don't want them to make these Forge Knights. Maybe I don't agree with their methods as much as I thought.
Hey, I suppose Cleaver sent you down here to get me working on those Forge Knights, eh?
I think this is what you've been looking for.
That's what Cleaver's been looking for anyway. If you found it, I guess I've got to start.
You don't sound too happy about this. I'm not. And I've made it clear to Cleaver that this is a mistake. Trying to harness souls like this. It's a crime against the gods, and it's bound to earn us more trouble than it saves. But Cleaver's given me his orders, so I've got to build these things as best I can. Anyway, Cleaver's told me I'm to sell you any arms or armor you might want. You won't find better anywhere in Defiance Bay, I can promise you that.
Now, time to see if that Valian was worth all that blood and copper.
He takes a polished breastplate and goes to work. Oh, well, I guess I gave it to them.
I'll be damned. To be honest, even I wasn't expecting it to work this well. Back to it.
He wipes this.
Cleaver will want me to finish the rest of them. And it sounded like he has a job for you, too.
Oh, really? Show me what you have for sale. The White Spire. An Estoc. Whole bunch of exceptional armor. We got some gloves. Forge Master's Glove. Burn damage reduction bonus. Minor Spellbind Firebrand. Shod in Faith. Spell Holding. Consecrated Ground. Interesting. We can sell stuff to you. Yes, we can. I gotta keep an eye out for exceptional stuff now. I don't think we really need to worry about it. We finally got a little bit of money. That's nice. You can have all this. You go. Good bit of money. Okay.
Hey.
So, Cliver wants to talk to us. Let's go talk to him. I think in the next episode we're gonna go to the exposition hall and see if we can't help them out too. I don't think I want to work for these guys. How may I be of assistance? Was there more you needed me to do?
Dunstan will complete the first squad of Forge Knights in no time. Now the High Justice will want to have his Forge Masters at Fleetbreaker Castle create more. I've made a copy of Viana's research, and the High Justice has sent a courier to Anslog's Compass to retrieve it. The dozens have gotten too active for the courier to come to Defiance Bay, and after Viana's kidnapping, we've got to assume they know about our plans. That's why I'm sending you to deliver the research. You shouldn't be recognizable to the dozens. Yet.
Yet. Now there's a revealing word. But after this, I expect they'll learn of your association with us, and they won't be too happy about it. Neither will the Dominels, he snorts. They're trying to expand their family business, and they resent us for standing in the way. I need to think about this. I can appreciate caution, but just remember where the real power in Defiance Bay lies. We're doing the work of the Duke, after all. Was there anything else I can do for you? Okay, so that's the decision. That is the point of no return for that. We need to talk to the Dominoes too, see if I can even join them. I don't know. I don't know. We'll have to think about it. Right now, though, probably need to start heading back to Cadnua. We've got time, but... yeah, we probably need it. I think we're going to head back to Cadnua in the next episode. I don't know. I'll think about it. We'll either head back or we'll try and do... maybe we'll go talk to Lady Webb before we leave. But until then, that's in the next episode. Until then, I hope you all have a wonderful day. And I'll catch you later.